This is a message to the justice system in the UK and to anybody watching this video that we cannot let this happen again. I'm sure a lot of you will have been keeping up with the sentencing regarding Axel Rudakubana today, and what we feared would happen has happened. He has avoided a life sentence. He should have received a life sentence, but because he was 9 days off being 18 and pleaded guilty, he has received a sentence of a minimum 52 years. And that is a congruent sentence, not a consecutive one, which means that he is serving all of his charges at once. Obviously, it has been difficult to even get him in the court to sentence him in the first place because he was refusing to go in, claiming he was ill. But obviously, in the end, he was finally sentenced, but it does not mean that the fight is over. And obviously, you know, there is a possibility that if he survives the 52 years, that he could be released. Obviously, the main point is that justice has been served to a certain extent, but this is not what should have happened today. There needs to be a change in the law, and it needs to be an urgent one. We all need to call on Kier Starmer, as much as we obviously should have our doubts that he's going to do anything because it's Kier Starmer, but something needs to change. The fact that he got this discount because he was 9 days off becoming 18 is beyond belief. It is ridiculous and it is just a joke. One of the girls who died that day was stabbed 122 times, and we now have the image of the knife as well as the footage of him entering the dance studio before he committed this attack, which if you've seen them, you'll know how chilling they are. And not only that, we also have the images of the other weapons that he ordered as well as the poison that he had stored. As I say, the fight is not over. The more and more attacks that happen like this, the more we need to become determined to do whatever we can to stop them. And that means speaking up. That means speaking up more than the mainstream media are doing. That means we should be championing the independent journalists, especially on YouTube, who are bringing that truth to light, and that we put pressure on the government to make the necessary change. For once, I'm impressed that Kemi Badenoch has actually come out and condemned this completely, saying that we do need a change in the law. And obviously she's come out with the usual both of the Conservatives are going to do this when, you know, blah, blah, and it's like, okay, we'll believe it when we see it, Kemi. As of when I'm filming this, we do not have a statement from Kier Starmer, but I suspect we will, and I suspect it will fall short, as it always does. But I just wanted to make this video because I am absolutely shocked and disgusted at what has happened today. I feel so sorry for the families of the victims who are hoping for a better sentence than this. At the minimum, we wanted a consecutive sentence, and this just was not the result we had today. As we know, these kind of victims don't necessarily get the best treatment in prison from the other prisoners, and in this case, I'd hope that's the case, because he is disgusting. And this is not down to him having autism, this is not down to Amazon, despite what the mainstream media are trying to project. This was an evil, evil individual. And unfortunately, as I say, we are seeing more and more attacks like this, especially when it comes to children, like what's recently happened in Germany. And as much as we hate to say it, these things are going to keep happening until some real action and change is done and seen. I, like many of you I'm sure, are absolutely shocked and disgusted, as I say, with what's happened today, and I just wanted to make this statement about it. But as I've said, justice has been sort of served, so this particular case is kind of over, but the pain and the grief that the families of the victims and those who were there and involved at the time still goes on. So I urge you all to keep talking about this, keep putting the pressure on, and keep calling out the mainstream media. I will see you guys in my next video, in my next podcast episode, and I hope that you are all doing as well as you can be.